So this video is going to talk about how to move a job to completed. And when you're the production manager, this is where once a job gets moved from into approved, you own the job at that point, and you own it pretty much until the point it goes to completed. So what that means is that that when the job is done after you've put it in production, you've got everything completed. You've got this should have photos and videos, and it doesn't. It should have everything uploaded. It should have messages about the production that occurred. You know what the upcharges were. If you have wood, if you need to bill for by market, you need to know the pricing for each individual market. So say you finish a job and you've got 3 extra sheets of plywood. Well, what you'll come in and do is you'll open that contract worksheet, and then you'll click on Actions, and then you'll click Revise. Now, you're not going to change anything else in here except for just add a new item. And then here you'd put, replace plywood, replace 3 sheets of plywood at $75 per sheet. Then you'd multiply 3 times 75, which I just know in my head is 225. So then you wouldn't put it on the contract amount, you'd put it on the actual change order. So then that would become 225. Then at that point, you're going to click the Save As button and then click Approved. And then you'll see here right now it's at 832. And if we go in and approve it, and then if you hit the refresh button, that 8932 now turns into 9157, and then the balance due changes. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And that's how you could remove something too, is these trash can buttons. So if you need to put multiple things, extra layers, wood, fascia board, all kinds of things. Those things can be recorded and fixed here. So you click it approved. Then at that point, you'll make sure we'll go back into overview. You'll make sure all the that you'll fill out the labor worksheet for it and make sure that's uploaded. That does not have to be uploaded technically before it gets moved to completed, but it should be going into completed shortly thereafter. I want this moved from approved to completed within a day, like even 12 hours. If we finish it the day before, I want all the invoicing stuff put in there because it helps with collection move faster. If it's an insurance job, there'll be certain notes and pictures that you'll need to make sure are put in. And in general, you need to have final photos along with before photos. And I mean, the fact that this file has no photos is a little ridiculous and shouldn't have even happened. So you'll make sure that the production stuff is uploaded. If you look in here, if you click on all the folders, you can see that if you go down here to invoices for labor warranties, you'll want to make sure if there's any notes, everything that needs to get recorded for that job cost that needs to be cam scanned in and emailed over to Holly. And you can even dump those actually also in the invoices, material miscellaneous. If it's something you pick up at Home Depot or something like that, it needs to go in here. So then the invoices labor can go in labor. So we need to start making sure that the invoices get put in for each file and that everything's on point. Then you can click here, Convert to Completed, and then you click this button and it'll move it to completed. At that point, you'll put in a message and say to Tina, this file for this project is completed, has been moved over. Then at that point you can click this and you'll go down and choose Tina, choose the person. This will develop over time. There'll be more people than just Tina. If there's a change in the amount like we did, if that's only if there is, then you'd also need to put Holly, there were change orders made to the contract worksheet. Please re-record. and then you'd also tag Holly, so that at this point you're tagging Holly and Tina. So I'm not going to actually push the post button because that's just going to set off everybody's phone. So then at this point, the office will take it over. But you should make sure that you have all your documents in. You should have all your pre, during, and post, final job photos. You should take pictures of all the sidewalks, everything like that. Make sure this is in there. So for the production manager who's managing the other guys, this is the stuff that you need to be making sure they have every time is the photos. They're going to be most responsible for that, and then uploading any of the receipts too. They need to do that as well. The invoices is going to fall on you. The rest of that stuff will fall on them. And everything that goes on during the job, damaged light, anything like that, it needs to get put in. If there's a damaged light or something, you need to make sure that the sales rep gets tagged and that the sales manager gets tagged. And for the time being, me, but eventually that won't exist. So once you get all that, once you got it and completed, it's out of your hands. So you're living in approved and completed, and then that's it. So if you have any questions on this, ask for clarity. I think it's pretty simple. You're not messing with many boxes here. There's more stuff you do on the production side, but this stuff definitely needs to happen. So.